back to On the Fly. This here recapping, predicting the World Junior Championship, U18 Women's World, the Men's World Championship, Women's World Championship, U18 Men's World Championship. What is happening?
It is by far one of the dumbest things I have ever seen.
Prepare to die. Figured it was better safe than sorry.
Scores! Nathan McKinnon scores for Canada.
Your home for international hockey. This is On the Fly.
And hello everybody, and welcome back to On the Fly, your home for international hockey. Today we got ourselves a good one between Czechia and Slovakia in what should be a deciding match between these two teams. You think about it coming in, it'll be a kind of that dogfight type of game. We'll see the Czechs and the Slovak team kind of fighting it out for potentially what could be that second overall spot. It will definitely be a game to keep an eye on here as well. The other one of today, Switzerland and Hungary, were live. We'll see which one comes out there, but we were live a little bit earlier on today for what has been a tremendous win for the Latvian team over Team USA as well. Denmark picked up a big win in their respective game, and so we'll see coming into today what kind of impact it could have as we continue to shift along here in this tournament. But welcome on in. For everyone joining in here today, be sure to smash the like button and hit subscribe if you have not already. We are now on the road to 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And so if you have not already, please do smash the like button. It does help, and the subscribe button does help this channel out a ton. We are moments away from puck drop today. And if you are interested in our score predictions coming into the tournament for this game, we had 4-0 Switzerland over Hungary, and then Czechia to beat Slovakia by a score of 4-3 in overtime. I still believe that is likely going to end up being the case. I think you look at the way these two teams match up, it should be a tremendous game between the two, and we'll see kind of as this game does continue to shift onwards what kind of performance we are in for today. It'll be a great day of action, to say the least. But time will tell whether or not we will see a big win. Very likely, I will say, and just as a heads up, we won't be paying too close attention to this Switzerland-Hungary game today. Our main focus will be on Slovakia and Czechia, unless the Switzerland-Hungary game gets rather close late. We will be focusing most of our attention today on this marquee matchup between Czechia and Slovakia as well. We may or may not be live a little bit later on today for the Germany-Austria game, and Sweden-Norway as well. I haven't quite decided yet. My voice is already starting to cut, as you can probably hear. So we will see kind of as the stream does go along whether or not we'll be doing our third stream of this day. Reminder, we'll also be still having our day recap video coming out a little bit later tonight, but it should be interesting. Make sure to drop your score predictions in our chat. We are just a few moments away now from puck drop, and we will actually take one quick break before we do that. Now I think about it, because we do need to quickly grab something, but before that, make sure to drop your score predictions, and we'll be back in just a second. And we are back with a significantly lower camera angle. As we shift and kind of start to turn our sights over to this game, it's going to be a good one, right? Czechia and Slovakia, the marquee matchup of the day. Kind of that derby type of match, if you will. We'll see which team ends up coming out on top in this one, but it will be a very good game. Should be a great day of action. We'll see who ends up pulling through on top. as we do have a few score predictions rolling in. 3-2 Slovakia. Let's go as well. We'll see probably one of the more evenly matchup viewership numbers on our channel. We have a lot of people watching from Slovakia and from the Czechs here, or from Czechia as well, here on the channel. And so we'll see, as it does look like a very full crowd here between Czechia and Slovakia. Very excited to see who can pull through on top. Obviously relatively close to Switzerland. And so should be a very interesting game to keep an eye on. I would assume your starting goaltenders for this matchup, Samuel Halavai and Josef Kozinash. We'll make sure that is true. But is they starting Adam Gajan in net? Hold up a minute. I might have spoken too soon here. I think Gajan might be starting for the for this team today, which is absolutely fascinating. Radim Rulik, the head coach of Team Czechia. We're showing him now on the big screen. We will see whether or not they are going to be able to pull off a big upset today. All eyes are upon them. (3-2) Slovakia over Czechia. 2-1 Czechia over Slovakia. We'll see who ends up pulling through today in what should be a tremendous game to watch. Very excited for this one. Czechia struggled a lot against Slovenia, but then had a bounce back against Swedes. Slovaks have been really consistent this tournament. I will also say that the Slovaks have got a lot better as this tournament has gone along, and I'm excited to see what kind of this final day will bring, or final day, their big game of this tournament will bring for the Czech team. Lots to play for in today's game. Switzerland and Hungary as well. It's time to see what they can do. But the puck has been dropped and we are underway for first period action between Slovakia and Czechia. Should be a tremendous game to watch today. We'll see which team can bring their best. Hit that puck at the scoreboard already? No. 5-0 Czechia. I like the confidence. This puck will be dumped down deep. Halavai out to play it for the Slovaks. Halavai is the starting goaltender. Surprise, surprise for this game. Czechs now work back in. Throws on the brakes. Sent it on down deep. Tries a quick pass, unable to get it there. To the point. Czechs still pressing down in the offensive zone. Puck comes out. And here comes the Slovaks now. The Slovaks dump it down. Tries a quick pass, unable to get it there. And the puck will come down on Halavai. First whistle of this game. It's Pospisil already down the tunnel for the Slovaks. Thought the Swiss-Hungary game isn't on until later. Nope, it is on right now. They like to double stack their games. And so, it's with this tournament in particular, so they're playing at the exact same time as the Slovaks and the Czechs are. So the Czechs will try and work back up ice. Still work in, looking for a jam play, unable to find it. Puck moved in. That'll go the length of the ice for icing. 17:58 left to go in the first period, where we'll see who can jump out to the early lead in this game. Both teams trying to really find their groove early here. We'll see whether or not they will be able to do so. Lots to play for these two teams. We'll see whenever you have kind of the magnitude of a game like this. You always look for both teams to really bring their best, but it will be interesting for sure. Slovaks work in, shot. Weird save there by Kozinash. Move it back in. 18 minutes left to go in Switzerland and Hungary as well. As Kempny now works in for the Czechs. Let's dump it in. Sedlak for the Czechs as well. Kaut with it. Drops it off. Oh, and just misses his guy. Still gets it though. Walks in with a move to the net. Unable to find it through. Good opportunity there from Elsher for Team Czechia today. As here comes Kaut. Shot. Misses wide of the net. And in comes the Slovaks now. Back and forth action we go. Moves it in. Passes it forward. Stretch pass now. Kept just in. Kamek and Fleck will tie each other up in the corner. Stretch pass, tipped in. We'll go jump off the glass there. Fleck in for the Czechs. Gets back up to Hronek. Hronek shot, looking for the tip in front. Rebound chance. Fleck, oh, and unable to find it through. A great opportunity there by Jakob Fleck. Tiashek back for Czechia now over to Hronek. Oh, and a giveaway there. Okuliar. Oh, and a big hit there on Okuliar for the Slovak team. A little bit of extracurriculars after the whistle. A rivalry game, a derby-type match, if you will. We'll see which team can pull through with the victory in this one. A lot of physicality to start this game so far. A lot of good saves by the goaltenders. And they're going to need to be big today. You look at both goaltenders. Kozinash for the Czechs, as well as Hlavy for the Slovaks. Whoever can pull through with the win in this game very likely earns themselves, if not the third spot, potentially the second spot as well, over in the overall standings for Group B. We'll see whether or not they can take home a big win today, as once again, trying to get an easier matchup over in Group A. You think about the kind of the chaos that's going over there. You'd much rather be in that second spot and not have to go through either Switzerland or Finland, where you'd rather play a team like a Germany, a team like a Latvia, a team like an Austria, or potentially a team even like a USA who hasn't exactly performed to expectations so far at this tournament. 15:20 left to go in the first period between Slovakia and Czechia, Switzerland and Hungary. 16 minutes into this game. As the Czechs, Blue Mal now will cycle it across. And the Czechs now, Kempny with it, will wheel it up for Czechia. Stretch pass now. Able to separate the body from the puck as it'll come up and around. Slovaks now with the puck. Will shift it up ice, tips it in and goes after it. And now the Slovaks again with it, continuing to put on a little bit of pressure, or at least early pressure here in this game. Knocked over. The Swiss crowd serenading their team. Kozinac with a nice glove save there from long distance, and he will glove that down. 14:06 left to go now in this first period between Slovakia and Czechia. This is a tremendous opportunity, as we'll talk about quite a bit throughout the early stages of this game, for both sides to kind of get themselves going early in this one, where if they can, they'll find themselves in a very good spot moving forward. For a team like Slovakia, you want to get on the board first, be able to control the pace a little bit, especially coming in as an underdog, and we'll see whether or not they are going to be able to do so. Hronek starts it up ice. Tries to throw it across. Unable to find it all the way through. Slovak team will work back in. Stretch pass there. Roman Chervenka now with the puck. Chervenka keeps it up along the wall to Kaut. Kaut gets worked over in the corner to Chervenka. Over to Kaut. Kaut works it back up to the line. Galvis shimmies and shakes. Shot from the point. Blocked up top. Puck will come back. 13:32 left to go in the first period as we head to the power break in that game. We take a look over at Switzerland and Hungary, who are still tied at 0 through this point in the game. We'll see if that changes at all anytime soon, as both teams, once again, for Switzerland, a very heavy favorite in this game. It's not expected to be very close, but part of the beauty of these tournaments is you really do never know until the final whistle does go. Shot looking with a tip in front. Once again, Czechia and Slovakia currently on intermission, or on power break or commercial break. $13:40 left to go in Switzerland and Hungary. Swiss have had quite a few good chances to start this game as Malgin works back in for the Swiss team. Malgin with it. Throws it to the front of the net, but gloved down there by Vey. For Hungary, they've already won their most important game of this tournament. They end up beating Great Britain earlier on. With that win, they very likely avoid the relegation spot. Now they're looking for any bonus points and potentially trying to make a push for a potential playoff spot at this tournament. Once again, extremely unlikely they do so, but the beautiful part is you really do never know, especially with the way that Group A has been playing out for the early parts of this tournament, where it has been so chaotic. There is still the potential for them to sneak their way in. Is it likely? No. But is there potential for it? Absolutely. So we'll see whether or not they can do that there. Face-off draw won by the Czechs as Hronek in the offensive zone. Oh, and a nice play there. Nearly finds its way through for the Czech team, but misses wide of the net on the shot. Works it forward. Tips in. That'll go the length of the ice for icing. Sturback back for the Slovak team to touch up. And it'll go all the way back down into the Czech end. After what has been a crazy start to today with Latvia upsetting Team USA, the Slovaks will look to try and do the same in this game and take home a huge victory over Team Czechia. As will Hungary over Switzerland. Maybe a little bit less likely to happen, but Hronek with it. We'll fire it all the way down the ice, and that'll go again for icing. 13:11 now left to play in this first period. Puck will come out. Hungary now works in. Oh, and a weird play there. They're able to work their way back up ice now. Hands it off to Bershi. Bershi will dump it down deep. Nice stretch pass there. Works it over. Shot. Hits off Vey's mask and deflects out of play. Back in Czechia and Slovakia, we're entering the 13-minute mark left to go in this first period. As the Czechs now work in. Fleck drops it on back. Sends it back around. Oh, and a nice play there by Kubalik. Works it up to the point. Passes it back. Shot. Rebounds loose. Talavai nearly finds its way through on the rebound chance, but does not. good opportunity there from this Czech team. As Hungary now will work back up ice. Gets knocked down in the neutral zone, and the Swiss will turn it back up ice. Czechia struggled a lot against Slovenia, then had a bounce back. Yeah, 5-0 Czechia. Switzerland nearly already with the 1-0 lead. I thought the Swiss-Hungary game, 4-1 Czech Republic over Slovakia, and then 6-0 Switzerland. 6-0 seems a bit high. I'm not really sure it does, actually. I feel like the Swiss definitely have the potential to do that, especially after that game against Austria, where we really saw them take it there. Take it to them there. It wouldn't surprise me to see another one of those types of efforts. Shot from long distance, blocked out front. 12:20 left to go in this first period between Slovakia and Czechia, trying to find really an answer for them. We'll see if they can get the job done here. Puck will come up ice. Flip down into the attacking end for the Slovaks. Kempny with it now. Start to look up ice. Shinilak shot, scores! Czechia gets on the board first. A bit of a non-developing play all of a sudden ends up in the back of the net. And Czechia finds themselves on the board in this one. Czechia 1, Slovakia 0. Daniel Voshinilak scores for this Czech team to make it 1-0. It came out of nowhere too, just a great shot through the defender's legs. And Czechia will get on the board here. It didn't look like much, kind of an underdeveloping play, and then a shot from long distance finds its way past Lavai, who never even saw it until it was too late. Czechia 1, Slovakia 0. And a good start for this Czech team. If you are new here, please do smash the like button and hit subscribe if you have not already. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and every subscriber does help. So, well, be sure to go vote on our poll who you think is going to end up taking today's game as well. Leave a comment on your score prediction for this one. Should be a real good game right to the very end here. Slovaks work back in their own end. And for our friend that put down a big bet on the Slovak team, I do apologize for that. Not a great start for you today. Shot from long distance covered up. A good start for this Czech team, finding themselves up on the Slovaks 1-0 your score through the first 10-ish minutes of this game. We'll see what the response is from the Slovaks as they try and find their way back in this one. Sedlak, stretch pass over to Kaut. Kaut with it, drops it off. Cervenka, shot! Rides up over the glass there. Roman Cervenka, 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points so far in this tournament. A relatively quiet tournament from his standpoint, but still, the Czechs have done just fine so far. Walks the line, shot from long distance, blocked out front. Over in Switzerland and Hungary. Back we go to Czechia and Slovakia. Face-off draw won by the Czechs, or by the Slovaks rather, in their own defensive end. Mejar slides it over. Tries to feed it forward, gets broken up. Nice dump play there. Ends up getting taken away, though, by the Slovaks. They'll try and shift it back in, covered up by Kozinash. And Galvis gets a little bit of rough riding after the whistle there. Wasn't expecting that one. Pospisil with that little extracurricular activity. Over in Switzerland and Hungary, game is still tied at zeros. Looking for the opening goal of this game. The Swiss have had a lot of momentum, a lot of chances so far. It is only a matter of time before they do get their opportunity. And then from there, I would expect this game to kind of be cracked open. We did have a 4-0 final for Switzerland and Hungary in our prediction video. So we'll see just how bad it can get. Shot from the point. Bit of a weird play there as well. Shot again. This is wide. Oh, and a rebound chance. Can't find it through, though. Slovaks with some good pressure here. Curl, drag, shot. Looking for the rebound. No good. Good kick save there by Kozinash to get it out of the way. Works back in. Shot. Blocked up top by the Slovak defender. Lichka for the Slovaks. Ends up getting the puck knocked off him. Works it back up to the point. Slides it on over. Fires it down low. Blumel loses the puck off his stick. And the Slovaks will recover and then taken once again away by this Czech team. It's been a bit of a back and forth effort so far. A lot to clean up for both these sides. But to this point, still the Czechs do lead by a goal. A nice move there. Ends up getting taken away. Czechs now work back up ice. 3-on-2 developing if they hurry. Shot. Turned away by Hlavai. Back up the other way we go. Oh, and the puck just slides off the stick of the attacking Slovak forward. One thing I do always enjoy about seeing teams like the Czechs and the Slovaks play each other is just how offensive it can get. Both goaltenders extremely good, but it's always interesting to see kind of as the play styles develop. A lot of offense early on here. Koch for the Slovak team. Over to Sikora. And they'll cycle it up. Here comes Sedlak. Sedlak works down the wing. Sedlak to the slot area. Can't find his guy. Rebound chance. Shoots. Oh, and Kempney with the prime opportunity. Could not slide it past on the wraparound attempt. A great chance there for Czechia to bring themselves up another one. Passes it over. Sedlak. Sedlak to the slot area. Misses wide. And back out come. And that'll be ruled offside. 8:08 left to go in the first period. Czechia leads by a goal. So that into the power break. For that game, checking in on Hungary and Switzerland, you have 7:30 left to go in the first period. Switzerland and Hungary still tied. A lot of pretty good chances so far from the Swiss team. Just haven't really been able to capitalize on them yet. It only is a matter of time, though, before they do eventually get that go-to chance. Shots on goal in the first period so far, surprisingly 6-4. From the way that they've played thus far, I'm actually very surprised by that. Feels like it's been a lot more for the Swiss. Quality of chances definitely in favor of this Swiss team, though. And Draghetto gets the puck knocked off him. And Hungary now will work back up ice. Paku all the way down. Collected by Switzerland. Niederreiter. To the point, shot. Kicked away by Vey. Hungary now. Start to push it back up ice. Throws one on net. Oh, nice play there as Switzerland gets on the board. Nino Niederreiter with the opening goal of this game. Oh, catches the puck, places it on his stick, and then deposits it into the back of the net. Switzerland will get themselves on the board here. 1-0 your scoreline. A catch and shoot play. Niederreiter with a beautiful chance, or a beautiful goal there. As the Czechs now will work in. 8 minutes left to go in this first period. Comes back to get it. Knocked down in the neutral zone. Fired around. Oh, and they're going to review something on that goal. See whether it's offside or not. Nino Niederreiter waits to see if his goal will count. Moves it over. Nice turn move there. But the Slovak team, Kuliar with it, will dump it down deep. Oh, that is quite a ways offside. Should be a quick challenge, I think. I think it was offside. Looked offside at least. Yeah. Judging by that reaction, it will. Play was offside. There will be no goal on the play. Switzerland back tied with Hungary. 0-0 the score, but Swiss have seen now that they can put the puck in the back of the net against this team. We'll see whether they generate any momentum off of that. Puck will be jumped out. Blumel with it. Will fire it down deep and go off for a change. Czechia still leading Slovakia by a score of 1-0 in this game. A good back and forth effort so far. The Slovaks, the unfortunate bearers of that first goal against, but still definitely have a chance in this one to come back. It will be more of that offensive game. Don't be surprised. The other team shot from the point, looking for traffic in front. Rebound loose. Oh, and a great chance there. Unable to bury it. A beautiful opportunity there from the Slovaks, but unable to get there. Sikora up to the point. Shot. Blocked up top. It's up coming around. Radovojevic. Loses the puck. There's a tie up down low, but the Slovak team will collect it and head their way right back in now. Takes the long way around. Slovaks with it down low. Passes it off. Shot. Rebounds loose. Oh, and can't quite find his way to the puck. Radovojevic at the point for Team Slovakia. Throws it around the boards. Gets tripped up there. No call. There is, I'm not sure if it's a neck guard or what it is, but it looks like a puck every time that it goes near it. Pass it again, and the puck will come all the way down the ice. That will go for icing as we are under 5 minutes now to play in this first period between Slovakia and Czechia. It's been a real good start so far for both these teams. We'll see what ends up happening here. .453 left to go in the first period. Puck or face-off in the Czech end. We will see who can, or Fribourg for the Czechs, can end up taking this draw, and he does beat Sedlak in the dot. Shot from the point. Koch misses wide of the net, gets blocked up top, and taken down there. Don't believe there will be a call, as the Czechs will rim it around the ice again for icing. Shots on goal in the first period between Switzerland and Hungary, 8-4. Hasn't exactly been a pretty game to this point. The Swiss have scored a goal, but it got called back. Although I will say, not surprisingly, there was quite a bit offside on that one. But still, Giannoni in net for the Swiss team today against Hungary. Looking for a big win to continue their momentum and success in this tournament. We'll see whether or not they can do so. Puck will be flipped out. Works in. Shot. Misses wide of the net. Lichka loses it. Puck will be chipped out. It's Coke with it now. Slides it back. Starts the trek forward. Rimmed around. Shot. Rebounds loose. Unable to put it through. Passes it over. Slides it down low. Fleck. Hands it off. We'll dump it around. Looking for the chance out front. Unable to find it through. The Czechs with some good opportunities there. Fleck tries to steal the puck, but can't, and the Slovaks will collect it behind their own net. As the Swiss fans are jumping over in their game, I do always love when they start doing that. Makes you wonder how good the structural integrity of that place is. It's all good till they create a hole in that stadium. It's a little bit of extracurricular. I believe it's either offside or it might be it'd just be an offside. Looked to be there might have been a penalty there. So far, the tight game as far as the scoreboard goes, 0-0, Switzerland and Hungary, 2:52 left to go in the period. Bershi now works in. Bershi throws on the brakes, tries to put it out front, curls, shoots, unable to find it through. Shot. Good save there by Vey. Blumel now fires it, tries to push it in, force it in the old-fashioned way. Unfortunately, could not get it through the strong Slovak defense. Oh, that was a weird play developing behind. As the Czechs now work in. Oh, and a nice move there. Passes it over. Oh, and Blumel on the backside, unable to find that puck. 2:45 left to go in the period as Slovakia now will work back in. Moves it forward. And here comes back the Czechs coming back up the other way. Chernok tries to feed it over but can't. Instruction sounds like you're a Trekkie. More of a Star Wars guy myself, but I dabble. I do dabble. We will go to the break here, but Switzerland, Hungary. Yossi works in. Oh, Yossi, nice curl and drag and scores. That should count 1-0 for Team Switzerland. They get themselves on the board for the second time in this game. The first one that should count, a nice curl and drag there by Yossi to create the lane and then deposit it 5-hole. Switzerland 1, Hungary 0. Oh, thank you for subscribing. And a beautiful play there by Yossi. Waits out the Hungarian defender and then slides at 5-hole. I think it was 5-hole at least. Yeah, 5-hole shot. Nice shot there by Roman Yossi to put the Swiss on the board. 1:45 left to go in the first period. Now for reals, that micro movement before the shot. It was very nice. Was very, very nice. Yossi making my heart sore. He sure works in for Switzerland. 1:30 left to go in the first. Forward shot. Meyer with that chance. Unable to beat Vey. We are back for Czechia and Slovakia now. Czechs with the defensive zone draw win. Will slides it over. Kaut will chip it back out to center ice. That will go the length of the ice down for icing. And the puck will come back into the Czech end. 1 minute left to go over in Switzerland and Hungary for this first period. Here we'll see whether or not the Hungarians are going to be able to get a kind of a late goal here and push back on the momentum a little bit. I don't suspect that'll happen, but you never know, especially in this sport. Knocked down behind the play, no call. Oh, there will be a call coming, as that Pospisil, who's down right now, holding his face. That does not look good. High stick potentially coming. Sedlak, the player who I would assume did the high stick. Oh, and Pospisil does get it in the face, but he was already grounded. Sedlak tries to lift his stick, instead lifts his nose instead. Ow. And the Slovak fans are letting the refs hear it. How many Swiss here? I think there are quite a few Swiss people here watching along as well, which I am glad. I'm very glad to see, because I know that the main graphic for this was Czechia and Slovakia. So I do appreciate everyone for tuning in, as a very back and forth crowd at this point. But it does appear that there will not be a call. 1:45 left to go in the first period. Kempney with it. Chips it on out. Peculiar. Slides it over. Try and feed it forward. Here comes back the Czechs, breaking up ice the other way. Look for the long stretch pass. Flack able to be first one on it for the Czechs. Slovak team now take it up back the other way. Your shots on goal through the first period between Hungary and Switzerland, 14-4 in favor of Team Switzerland. Roenick looks up ice with it now. Over to Blumel, who will dump it down deep. Blind pass there, nearly comes back to bite them, as Slavai able to cover up. Into the final minute of play here in our first period between Czechia and Slovakia. Switzerland and Hungary is on the intermission break. And we will see whether or not there's going to be any late action here between Czechia and Slovakia. Absolute party zone over in Switzerland right now, are both the Czechs and both Czechia fans and Slovakia fans all celebrating, as well as a nice sea of red for the Swiss fans who might have thought that they were at the right game, and turns out that they're not, which is an unfortunate part there, but quite a few Swiss jerseys down there as well. Pospisil. Back over to Roenick. Shot. Crossbar, doesn't know where it is. Bounces out. Prime opportunity there. Roenick waits. Tries to feed it forward, but it gets blocked up top. 10 seconds left to go in this period. Thank you for subscribing. Shinlak tries to feed it over, but will be blocked out front. And that's going to do it for the first period of action. A whole lot of rough stuff after the whistle. And in true Czechoslovak fashion, we're going to have a little bit of some extracurricular activities here. And that'll do it for our first period of action in both games. Czechia, after one period of plays, leads over Slovakia by a score of 1-0. As well in Switzerland and Hungary, Switzerland is in the lead by a score of 1-0. And this one, we'll see how much that changes as this game continues to go along But we have entered the first intermission report, and you think about what's already happened today, it has been a hectic start to this day. We were live for the opening set of games this morning, where we saw, of course, the 4-0 win for Denmark over Slovenia, as well as the 4-2 upset win for Team Latvia, who went out and, of course, beat the American squad. A tremendous performance from them today. As for the US, or for the Latvians, now they have a very good chance of making it into the playoff rounds. As for Team USA, they need a big win coming up against Austria, who we will see in a few hours' time against Germany. With a loss against Austria, they very well could find themselves eliminated from playoff contention at this tournament. Should be interesting to see what ends up going on over there. Latvia today, a huge win for them. They now try and continue their success, and we'll see whether or not they can, going up against two relatively weaker teams, one of which we'll see today with Hungary, and then as well as Great Britain. But it was a tremendous win earlier today from our friends over in Latvia, a well-earned win. They played very well defensively, able to really stifle a lot of that kind of Czech attack, or a lot of that U.S. attack. And so that's one of the things that we talk about needing to be keys of success. They did a very good job with that today, and I was actually really impressed with how well they did end up playing. So as much as, yes, you look at that and say, it's just an upset, it's a fluke, it's whatever, that's the second upset they've pulled at this tournament against a good team. They've beaten Germany, they've beaten the U.S., and now the question is can they take care of business against the weaker teams? Because we've already seen them struggle against Austria, and now it's a matter of, well, how much better can they play? Make sure to get your questions in. We'll be answering them throughout this intermission report. But for Latvia today, a huge win for them as they try and find their way through into the playoff rounds at this tournament. Thank you very much for subscribing. Because once again, it's part of the beauty of these tournaments, right? Especially with how short they are, is that upsets tend to happen in droves. Because you think about it, that's just the beauty of it. Teams don't have that built-in chemistry. It takes a little bit to get going. And at some point, you just kind of struggle in that sense. And we've seen it a little bit with a couple different teams so far at this tournament. We've had quite a few upsets to this point. Slovenia has been on an absolute tear lately, trying to basically upset every team they play. Norway nearly beat Canada just yesterday, or was that yesterday or 2 days ago now? Every day there seems to be that new big upset. I guess it was 2 days ago. Kind of that new big upset. And so we'll see how it goes. But it's the nice thing about these kind of tournaments is you really don't know what's going to be until the very end of the tournament. So we will see as, of course, it continues to go along here. But still great to see just how competitive this tournament in particular has been over the last few days, or last few, I guess we're on day 8 of it now, or day 9. This is day 9. So how competitive it's been over the last 9 days of action. And it's only going to get better as we head into the games that really start to matter at this tournament, where you're going to have some big ones coming up, Switzerland and Finland, in what could potentially shape out to be the most important game of the tournament. You could also see kind of Canada taking on Slovakia as one of those really important games. This Czech-Slovak game, one of the most important games. The battle down for relegation is going to be one of the most important games, where we will see Slovenia and Italy taking on each other, where if Italy takes that game in regulation, very likely they will end up avoiding the relegation spot at this tournament, despite Slovenia's start to this tournament and bringing both the Czechs and the Slovaks to overtime. It'll be interesting, and it's very exciting to see just how really competitive international hockey has gotten over these last few years. Why do some goalies play better in these tournaments, even with the bigger ice? I think part of it's just the moment. We see kind of, you think about, there's a few different goalies you can reference for kind of the big time type of goaltenders. Jordan Binnington is one for the Canadian team who we've seen. When those games get important, you tend to see him take his game up to that next level. And very similarly, some goalies have that trait, some goalies don't. And so part of it is just kind of understanding your own player. But, I mean, some goaltenders love being in that moment. It brings out the best in them. You see goaltenders play near perfect games, and we tend to see that especially at this tournament, where those kind of legacies are born, whether it be guys like Leonardo Giannoni, who just moved into the all-time shutout record for the Swiss, or whether it be players like Samuel Halavai, who just put together a really impressive Olympic performance. Same thing with Damian Clara, who's going to be a staple on the Italian national program for years, assuming he ends up playing, of course, with him being in the NHL and all. But these are the kind of guys you look to and get excited about for the future of international hockey, because the goaltending can be a huge part. Gudlevskis today had another tremendous performance for Latvia. You can go up and down the list, because there's so many different teams there's so many different players and goaltenders that can really turn around an entire game. And that's part of the beauty of it. And so we'll see, obviously, as it continues forward, but really nice to see just how competitive these international tournaments have gotten, especially as someone that covers international hockey and enjoys a good upset. As long as it's not against Canada. We can ignore the Canada upsets for now. We've seen enough of those over the last few years. We've really seen enough of those. And for Canada this year, this is kind of their last opportunity before the Women's World Championships in November. And so as well, this is also will be part of our off-season coverage, but we'll do those team recaps like last year. And we're going to also expand our scope this year to include some of the lower division tournaments and some of the lower division teams, where we're not just doing top division teams. And so that'll be something different that we haven't exactly done before, but I'm very excited to see kind of how those end up turning out. It'll be a very, very fun and interesting off season. Most of it will be done through the On the Fly International Hockey Podcast. And so stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here as well. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when we do our live streams for the podcast, so you can get your live questions in for whenever we end up doing those. But it will be quite a season of, or quite an international year of kind of content. And we're going to see what we end up getting ourselves into, but it should be a fun year for sure. What else do we have? Any other questions? Make sure to drop them in the chat. Or if you have a specific game you want me to start to take a look ahead to, we can certainly do that one as well. But we are going to take a quick break here, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we are back, and you think kind of to where these games are headed for Switzerland and Hungary. It's been a good start for the Swiss. They've really kind of taken it to that next level so far today. For Hungary, just trying to hold on as best they possibly can, try and take this game and keep it as close as they can to the very end, where if they can keep it close enough, potentially getting that one big goal and turning the tide heavily in this game. Definitely a possibility there, but we will see, especially for the Swiss squad, where for Switzerland, definitely trying to kind of earn their big win in this one. We'll see whether or not they can do that. For Czechia and Slovakia, a very good game from the Czechs so far. Slovaks have looked good as well. Unfortunately, just find themselves trailing, but it will be a dogfight right to the very end in this one. Speaking of lower divisions, there are rumors about scrapping the current 1 group of 6 system in favor of some clumsy 2 groups of 3 in playoff format. Opinions on that? I think that is actually going to go along, and they trialed that earlier in this international season with one of the lower divisions. I'm trying to remember which tournament it was. I want to say it was Division. It might have been Division 4 Men's World Championship. Maybe it was Women's World. It might have been Women's World Championship. Whichever one it was, they've already trialed it, and I didn't mind it. I thought it was a little bit forced, but we'll see. Like the full 1v6, like the 1 group of 6 system, I think is probably better for some of the lower division tournaments, just because it gives every team a chance to kind of win and gives kind of the better teams their right opportunity to end up taking the tournament, even if they struggle a little bit earlier on. But the playoff format's obviously better for ratings and entertainment value. So if that's kind of what the objective is, it does make sense to me. But we will see. As Switzerland is just about to retake the ice here, Switzerland and Hungary. Switzerland does lead 1-0 heading into the second period of play. It should be a good one here for both these sides, but time will tell. Do you still think the predictions you made at the start of the tournament will go, as you said, for the top 8? I don't anymore, as the quarterfinal matchups are going to end up kind of getting kerfuffled a little bit. Although you're kind of looking at it, I mean, the Czechs currently lead on Sweden right now, so the Czechs will be that third seed or that second seed most likely, assuming they end up taking it against the Slovaks and the Slovaks don't jump up. But I would say that, like, as far as the general predictions go, like, my top 4 outside of Sweden, who will likely end up taking on either Finland or Switzerland. From there, the only thing that I don't see happening is that kind of quarterfinal matchup. How to watch it live in the UK? If someone here is from the UK, I'd love if they could help provide some context. I'm not sure, actually, if you can watch it in the UK. IIHF TV might be your source for that. Actually, now that I think about it, because I'm not sure that they're going to block. They probably only blocked the games for GB to do it. But yeah, I would say check with IIHF TV to see if you're blocked first, because they'll black out games if it's in your region. So just double check that. But Switzerland and Hungary starting up now. We will see whether or not the Swiss team is going to be able to continue their success into the second period. I do suspect that they will, but at the same time, you really never know, especially with the way that this tournament has gone so far this year. Should be interesting for sure. Face-off draw won by Hungary. A sign of good things to come for them maybe in this period. But as far as my top 3 go, I think it's pretty consistent. The one thing I would say is that I do think that Finland beats Canada or Switzerland beats Finland if they play each other. Scores Roman Josi his second of the game. 19:31 left to go in the second period. Switzerland 2, Hungary 0. But yeah, it's been a real good game so far for this Swiss team, and it's been a good tournament so far for the Swiss. The Finns as well, for me, are 2 teams that I don't see Canada beating, and so it doesn't matter, for me at least, it doesn't matter whether they meet each other in the gold or if they meet each other in the semifinals. I think whenever they end up meeting each other, they end up losing, or Canada ends up losing to either of those 2 teams. I still do think the Swiss will end up taking gold at the end of this tournament, and so we'll see how it goes. But as far as my general predictions go, I still do think that Switzerland and Finland will be your final 2 teams that you're going to look to end up taking gold at this tournament. The U.S. is out of the picture now. I don't see them being competitive at this point. The Swedes, I don't see being a competitive team against Finland or Switzerland, and so I think they end up getting knocked out in the quarters. The Czechs, I think, will make it on to be that 4th overall team, which will be an interesting matchup for them, especially depending on who they end up playing in that quarterfinal round. Likely they'll end up probably getting the Finns or Switzerland, whoever takes the top spot in the group, and so there's the potential there for a little bit of fun, but ultimately, I do think that it will be a bit of a dogfight to the very end over in that group. I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be a very good matchup between whoever ends up playing for gold, but some combination of Switzerland and Finland likely will see each other in that gold medal game, then maybe Canada or the Czechs, depending on what other upsets happen along the way. But as of this current moment, considering kind of where everything is, as Hungary will actually go to a power play here. We'll see kind of how it ends up going here. Josef Kozinash, 7 shots against for 0 goals. As that's going to be a 4-on-4 over in Switzerland and Hungary. As we are just about to resume second period action here between Czechia and Slovakia. We will see who can prevail in this one. Sedlak moves up to the point, shot from long distance, turned away. Kaut with it now. Moves it out front, taken away. Passes it over. Hronek with it. Stretch pass. Oh, nice move there. Shot by Tomaszek, misses way wide of the net. Oh, and stretch pass, looking for Lichka there. Unable to connect. Lichka with it. Passes it behind. Okuliar ends up losing the puck, but kept in at the line by the Slovak defender. Gados misses wide of the net. Takes it, moves it back up to the point. Slovaks with a little bit of offensive zone possession time here. Stretch pass. That'll go the length of the ice for offside or icing, depending on what they're deciding to call. So you have Czechia finishing 4th in the group. I had originally Czechia finishing 3rd in the group. I had them beating the Slovaks and finishing in that 3rd spot. Now I have them finishing 2nd in the group, but 4th overall in the end because of their path in. I don't think that whoever ends up playing that Czech team, if they are the 2nd seed in Group B and they'll play the 3rd seed in Group A, the 3rd team in Group A, whether it be Germany, the US, or Latvia, or Austria as well, I don't see ending up really conflicting with them. And so they'll be 3rd in the group. They were 3rd in my group for the predictions. I have them 2nd in my group as of right now with their win over Team Sweden. I mean, barring any crazy upsets towards the end of this tournament, which I don't really see happening, but as of this current moment, that's what I'd say to keep an eye out for, because they can still kind of go out and beat Canada as well. Take the top spot, and then if they take the top spot, they're basically scot-free with the potential to keep moving up at this tournament, but very likely not. Yossi shot, scores! Yossi with a hat trick, I think, unless that got tipped in front. Yossi, right as that first penalty expired, blasts one home to make it 3-0, and it will be a hat trick for Roman Yossi to make it 3-0 for Team Switzerland. That was quick. Bring out the hats. Absolutely blasts it home from the point. And my 4-0 prediction looks ever so much more worse now than it did. Live standings. It's always interesting to me how they like to shift up those standings as they're doing it. Because live standings basically just means if they end up taking this game with the win, that's what it would be, as Nick, the IIHF fan, was mentioning earlier. Chernock gets absolutely bulldozed off the line by Pospisil. Flipped up to neutral ice. Ends up being taken there by the Czechs. They'll work in, but turn back up the other way. So work in now. $17 minutes left to go in Slovakia and Czechia. 16:50 left to go in Switzerland and Hungary. So they'll throw out try Slovak team trying to find an answer back for the Czechs' opening goal of this game. Trying to find any answer for that matter to try and squeeze their way back in. Leach go with it now. Dump the puck in. Oh, and a weird bounce there. Kozinash though with the glove save. Could have been a bad bounce. Bearshi shot. Misses wide of the net, looking for a tip there in front. I guess that puck actually did bounce the other way, so it wouldn't have really mattered. Bearshi with a chance, misses wide. Vilmanis jinxed himself before the game. He said, I really don't want to score an empty net as my first. Well, why not make it a second too? Yeah, we laughed quite a bit at that part. That made me laugh. Cebulka flips it back up to center ice. We'll dump it down deep. Cervenka wins the puck battle along the boards with Rivik. Shot from distance. Kaut with the tip deflects it into the corner. And Lichka with it now for the Slovak team. 3-0 Switzerland leads over Hungary. 1-0 Czechia over Slovakia. Works in. Kaut with it. Feeds it back to Kempny. Kempny over to Kaut. Kaut with it now. Holds on to it. Kaut to Kempny. Shot from long distance. Lavai stretches out to make the stop there. The puck gets removed. And back comes. Oh, and a nice saucer pass there as the Czechs work in with it. Slides it on over. Shot from long distance. Saved there by Lavai. A good stop there. As all the Swiss fans are jumping up for joy here. The atmosphere has been electric all tournament long. Shot from long distance in the Swiss game. This is wide. Fleck tries to spin around, shoot, ends up losing it. Sturback moves it up for Slovakia, but picked off. Kubalik, just flattens Sturback there. And back up come the Slovaks. Shot misses wide over the net. Majar with that opportunity. Your shots on goal total for Switzerland and Hungary currently sits at 18-5 in favor of Team Switzerland. Blowout performance for sure. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. The Sturback goes off the ice here on YouTube. We will see whether he comes back, but Kubalik with a huge hit there to really flatten out Sturback on that chance. Very well initiated, some very well initiated contact. I've had that song stuck in my head like all day now. Well, all morning, I guess. We're still not even at the day part yet. As the Czechs will collect it back in their own end. 15 minutes left to play in both games. Just moves it down low. Czechs with some offensive zone time. Shot. Kicked away by Hlavy. Moves up to the point. Hronek fakes it. Moves it back over. Shot. Rebound kicked away. Good save there by Hlavy. Hronek with it. Skates it up. Try and dump it down into the Slovak end, but hits a skate. And Koch back for Team Slovakia. Slovaks now work in with it. Slides it on a cross. Picks back up the puck. Looks for the kick save. Can't. Shot from long distance. Blocked out front again by the Czechs. And the puck will be moved back in. Slovakia, though, comes back and picks it up. Moves it forward. Here comes Pospisil. Pospisil with a nice move. Slides it forward, but covered up by Kozinash. And we'll head to a power break. 13:53 left to go in the second period. Czechia in the lead by a goal. Switzerland and Hungary still 3-0. Your score line there hasn't been too much to talk about over the last few minutes. Kind of a ping-pong type of effort. Both teams not exactly able to get themselves going on the offensive side, although it is really just a matter of time. Not a surprise that the atmosphere is great. Hockey is as popular as football, soccer, NCH, if not more so. Soccer has the bigger number of spectators due to the stadiums being bigger, for sure. Yeah, no, to be honest, it's really any European crowd kind of comes out for these games, and it's always great to see the kind of atmosphere that these European crowds can generate, and one of the main reasons why we have only seen one World Championships in Canada. And I don't expect that to ever, in North America, I don't expect that to ever really change. The World Championships absolutely do belong in Europe, and you think about the overall kind of performances that you get, it's well deserved why they continue to get to host these tournaments. Although the World Juniors, I still stand by, should be in Canada every year so we can watch it every year. Although I actually don't mind having the World Juniors early in there. Kind of those earlier time slots when they're over in Europe. Oh, and a little bit of rough stuff. Pospisil and Sedlak now coming together to exchange some pleasantries, maybe some Christmas cards as well along the way. Still line up. Getting ready to drop the face-off again. Puck is dropped. And the Slovaks, Christian Pospisil, with the save there. Kaut now will move it up for Team Czechia. Kaut fires it around over to Chervenka. Chervenka slides it on around, moves back up, and the Slovak team will break it back up ice. Meyer's shot from the point turned away there by Vey. And that'll be whistled. Believe there will be a penalty upcoming here as Chervenka gets a nice little cross-check from Pospisil. Or maybe it'll be a penalty coming up against Slovakia? Or is Kaut getting... What is happening here? Are they both getting one? Oh, and Kaut and Pospisil come together, exchange their pleasantries again. Then Christian Pospisil tries to go after Chervenka with a nice little cross-check on the arm. It's a little bit of rough stuff happening. It might just be a rivalry game. I can't really tell. Who would have thunk? Still 5-on-5. No penalties. No power plays assessed there. 2 penalties, though. Coincidental minors. Move it over. Pass it forward. Oh, nice move there. Liška. Oh, and misses the net. Kozinash didn't even realize a shot was coming, and Liška could not find it through. Prime opportunity there for Team Slovakia. Oh, and a great block shot there by Tomaszek. Tomaszek in the face-off draw against Rivik. Fires it out. Stretch pass. Gets broken up though. And back comes Rivik for the Slovak team. Posh Brazil with unsportsmanlike conduct was the official call. Oh, and a chance there in front. Slovaks, though, cannot find it through. Shot from long distance. Rebound chance. Turned aside by Team Czechia. Or by Koji Nash for Team Czechia. They'll move it up. Slovaks stretch pass over there. Lichka fired around the boards. But played by Koji Nash. Koji Nash over to Malovsky. Oh. Radovojevic there takes the contact. Koch slides it around the boards. End up giving it off there. Oh, and nearly able to get a break off that opportunity, but could not find the puck. Shot. Malgin with a prime opportunity over in Switzerland and Hungary, unable to find its way through. Not a whole lot of action as of this current moment in either game. It's been relatively quiet on that front. Expecting more after I say that kind of line, but Sikora loses the puck. The Czechs take it. They'll fire it right back onto Kamek's stick. Passes it back. Oh, and a penalty upcoming here. I believe that'll be against the Slovaks, and I think the Czechs will head to their first power play of this game. Will it? Or are they going to take both of them again? The intensity starting to heat up here between Slovakia and Czechia. The physicality increasing, the number of penalties increasing. And now it's really only just a matter of time before something goes awry for either one of these teams. You don't want to be the first one to take that bad penalty. We might have just seen one there. As Czechia will go to the power play, Adam Sikora with the high sticking call. And we will see whether or not the Czechs can find themselves on the score sheet for a second time in this game. Shot. Vey with the save. 9 minutes, 8:57 left to go in the second period between Switzerland and Hungary. As the puck will be dumped down. Czechia on the power play here, looking to try and get themselves an insurance goal. Roenick with the puck. Skates it up. Roenick over to Sedlak. Sedlak shifts it back to Chervenka. Chervenka walks in with it. Slides it down. Chervenka with it now. Passes it back up to the point. To Hronek. Hronek down to Chervenka. Chervenka back to Hronek. Then over to Sedlak. Chervenka. Hronek waits on it. Hronek shot. Looking for the tip in front. Sedlak there. Unable to find it. And the puck will be passed out and cleared the length of the ice. 10:40 left to go in the second period. 1 minute left to go on the power play. Shot misses wide. Czechs here with a little bit more pressure. Blumel over to Hronek. Back to Blumel. Blumel with it to Hronek. Hronek waits along the blue line. Over to Tomaszek. Back to Hronek, who waits up top. Hronek to Tomaszek. Tomaszek waits. Shot. Looking for traffic in front. Lavai able to make the glove save. 10:13 left to go in the second. A nice close game here between these two teams. It's always a big rivals match, but when Czechia is not going through, they cheer for Slovakia, and the same for the other way around. Wishful thinking. It was interesting to see at the most recent men's under-18s, because we saw a little bit of that, where everyone was hoping for that gold medal matchup between Czechia and Slovakia on Slovak home ice, which would have been a really cool sight to see. Unfortunately, didn't quite get that matchup, but still a prime opportunity. Kaut with it now. And the Swiss score, making it 4-0. Timo Meyer with the goal. Blumel. Works in. And the puck will be taken by Team Slovakia and shifted up ice. Coming back the other way, here's Pospisil. Gets the puck. Tries to flip it backwards. Ends up getting the puck picked off him. And Kaut with it now for Team Czechia. And a good kill there from the Slovaks. The Czechs not able to generate too much on that opportunity. Nothing to show for it, which is the most important part for the Slovak team. Slovak team now will work it in. Passes it over. Shot. Oh, and a great save there by Kozinash to squeeze the pads and not let that one through. 9:04 left to go in the second period between Czechia and Slovakia. Czechia in the lead by a goal. We'll head to the commercial break. Switzerland and Hungary. If you check back in on that game, Switzerland now is leading by a score of 4-0. Timo Meyer scored that last goal. JJ Moser with the assist. Moves it over. Shot from the point. Looking for the deflection. Unable to get through. Moves it up. Trying to find Knack. Can't quite find it through. Briere just got a stick up high. I don't think they called it though. Tries to deflect it across. Now be ruled offside. 7:19 left to go in the second period between these two teams. Oh, and a tough goal to let in for Vey on that goal from Meyer. Hits off his pad, the post, back off his pad into the net. Sikora got wiped out. Is that going to be a penalty? No, it won't be. Bit of a weird tie-up play there. Sikora has ice on his face now. Put his head through the post. Never feels great. Shots on goal in the second period between. And they score again. Dennis Malgin. Switzerland 5, Hungary 0. I was about to say about how they were dominating. Slovakia's shot from the point turned away. And here comes the brawls we were all hoping for. A lot of extracurriculars now as helmets are thrown. Gloves still on, but everything but gloves getting taken off, and we're in a fight right now. Kamilash for Czechia with Pospisil for the Slovaks currently getting into it. Switzerland 5, Hungary 0. This game is starting to lose its top. Ooh. A reminder for those who have been with us over the last few games know that we don't actually have graphics prepared if it does get to 10-0 or if the Swiss do score 10 goals. So that'll be something that we'll have to experiment with while we're doing this live. You never know. Could be interesting. As Kempney will go to the box for the Czechs. We'll see who ends up in the box for Team Slovakia. Slovakia and Czechia are really going at it, huh? As expected. Yeah. Rivalry game right here, as they like to call it in Europe. It's a derby. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not already, as well as join our membership program here on the channel. You can find that after you subscribe in the same spot you would click subscribe. Whistle here. Here we go. What's the call? 2 minutes each for roughing. There will be no additional calls here. And so Kempny for Team Czechia will go to the box. Do you have a special name for a 10-goal game in Switzerland? We call it a Stangeli. We call it a blowout. There's no special name for it. 8 is typically a snowman, but outside of that, not really. So work it over. He sure. Feels like a power play right now for the Swiss. Hungarians just kind of collapsing within themselves. Shot. Turned away. Kozinash will make the stop there on Oculiar. And more rough stuff after the whistle here, unsurprisingly, with these two teams. It's the kind of game we were kind of expecting a little bit, I would say, just with the physicality side. You knew it was coming at some point. We didn't know when it was going to be coming, but still. Cervenka now works in for the Czechs. Oh, a nice pass there. Moves it over, looking for the back feed. Unable to connect it through. The puck will come back out. Lichka. Stretch pass there. Snowman due to the form of the number 8, I guess. Yep. And shot scores! Marek Rivik for Slovakia has tied the game at 1. We have ourselves a game here. A low block shot finds its way onto Rivik's stick, and he deposits it into the top half of the net to make it a 1-1 hockey game. As the Swiss score their 6th goal of the game. A little bit less exciting. And one of the reasons why we kind of forewarned off the top, we probably weren't going to be spending too much time on this game today. 6-0 your score for Switzerland over Hungary. But the game everyone wants to watch here, Slovakia and the Czechs, a 1-1 score as we head into some pretty testy times, and we'll see which team ends out on top. As we take a look at our poll, 68% of votes say that Czechia will end up taking this game. 32% say Slovakia with 139 votes into our poll. Rivik with the goal. A big one there for Team Slovakia. 4:10 left to go in the game between Switzerland and Hungary. Puck will be deflected in and up out of play. Slovakia and Czechia 1-1, 7:45 left to go in the period. That last goal, Turkov with the goal, assisted by Andrew Ghetto and Malgin. Hey, screw it, I'm watching both games and your stream across 2 monitors. That's the spirit. A reminder that we'll be coming out with our day recap video coming out later tonight. So stay tuned for that, or potentially in the morning for our European friends. Shot by Heischer, covered up. Whoa! Meyer just jumped over the goaltender. Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad. Oh. Blue Mal feeds it along for Czechia. Galvas unable to keep it in at the line. Passes it back to Hronek. Galvas back up on the top line with Hronek right now. Milovsky slides it on over. Mejar passes it over. Oh, and a great play there as the Slovak forward goes straight through the net. What a strange play there. A beautiful setup play right onto the stick of Kolar, who just decides, you know what? The net was my enemy. Let's go run it over. And Kozinash able to get his skate and his pad out of the way. Luckily, no further injury on that, but weird play there for Slovakia and Czechia. Swiss taking care of business. That they certainly are. 6-0 scoreline in an ugly game. They've looked very good so far in this one. Unsurprisingly, right? You're always expecting them to kind of play that specific kind of way. Domination is what they should be doing at this tournament, but still is always good to see them kind of take care of business on that. Moves it over. Shot through a lot of traffic. Block it away. Back in Czechia and Slovakia. Just under 7 minutes left to play here between these two teams. Of course, the NHL channel keeps showing the blowout games, not the close ones. Really, I'm surprised that NHL Network isn't covering. Oh, don't get a taunting penalty now. As I believe the Czechs will go to the power play here. Some undisciplined play. And they will. Pospisil, after the whistle activities, cross-checks Milash. And I think they're going to penalize Christian Pospisil there for his after-whistle antics. Not very happy. But Czechia will go to the power play, where they will look to try and get themselves back on top in this one. Pospisil, 2 minutes for cross-checking. And after the whistle, undisciplined penalty. And now we will see whether or not they will be able to find themselves onto the board here. Six nothing the score. Switzerland, Hungary, 1:35 left to go. And a nice pass there. Yossi with it. Looking at the backdoor feed as the puck is cleared out in Czechia and Slovakia. Hronek with it. Stretch pass up there. Kempny. Oh, and a nice pass there to Sedlak. Sedlak works in. Carries it forward. Oh, and the puck gets knocked off. Oh, and nearly a 2-on-1 coming back the other way for Slovakia, but loses the puck. Hronek now. Stretch pass up to Chervenka. Chervenka with it. Drops it off to Sedlak. Sedlak throws it across ice over to Kaut. Kaut with the puck. Moves it up to the point to Hronek. Hronek moves it down to Chervenka. Hronek shot. Looking for the tip play in front. And able to get it through. And Switzerland also scores their 7th. Hronek with it. Over to Chervenka. Chervenka with it. Moves it forward. Kaut scores! A weird play there, and Kaut gets on the board for the Czechs. 2-1 Czechia. Wow. Czechia 2 on a weird power play goal, an undisciplined penalty taken by Pospisil, and Kaut shoots it off a bunch of defenders' feet and skates, and it ends up back in the back of the net. Pospisil is incensed right now, but it doesn't matter. Czechia 2, Slovakia 1, Switzerland 7, which means we're probably going to have to try and figure out how we're going to put a 10 graphic on this. And Hungary with the 0 spot. Oh, and Halavai just tries to play it with his stick, but can't. He misses it completely. And Pospisil slams his stick. Oh, he is incensed. The poor penalty box keeper is terrified. Oh, Hungary works back. Oh, there's going to be a penalty. And there will be a penalty upcoming, I believe, against Hungary. Switzerland will go to the power play up 7 goals. So we're at the final minute of this one. Czechia 2, Slovakia 1. In what has been a tremendous game so far. Czechia scoring on the power play. Kaut from Sedlak. your goal scorers and Chervenka. Once again, that last goal, Kaut from Sedlak and Chervenka. They work back in. Shot! Kojinash with a great save coming across nearly for the Slovaks, finding themselves back in a tie game, but Kojinash says no. As there will be another penalty called. I believe we'll go 4-on-4 here. 2 minutes for Hooking's the call. Now, who got it? No, that's not the right one. I would assume the Swiss got it, considering... Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb here and say Switzerland got that penalty. They did, which means it'll be 4-on-4. Switzerland and Hungary for the final minute of play. And there'll be more 4-on-4 after. 23 seconds left to go in the second period. That penalty taken just 12 seconds into the 4-on-4. We're into that first penalty, so it'll be minute 48 of 4-on-4 hockey. So the puck will be rimmed down. If Austria wins one game and Latvia wins remaining games, then Latvia and Austria make quarters and Canada will be asking to play Austria. I don't think Canada's going to be asking to play anybody as we head into the second intermission here between Switzerland and Hungary. A tremendous game so far from the Swiss team. The kind of game you were more or less expecting coming into this one. Maybe not quite to the extent we're seeing, but still a great effort today from this Swiss team. For Slovakia and Czechia, your score 2-1. Some great opportunities as Kojinash, a nice mask save there. He kind of goes down after the fact. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's still feeling that. Oh, he's definitely feeling that. Where's the concussion spotter when you need him? Oh yeah, Kojinash is struggling right now. He got that puck up high and does not look good in the slightest. Milovsky loses the face-off draw. Sturback to the point, slap shot wide. Blumel with it, over to Milovsky. Milovsky cycles it upward. Here comes the Czechs working back in now. Gets tied up down in the corner. Shinilik tied up down low. Milovsky, oh, nice pass there to point shot, kicked away there by Hlavai. Prime opportunity there. They work in. Shot! Oh, and a near chance there for Christian Pospisil after costing his team at one end. And back come up the Czechs the other way. Take it along the line. We'll fire it down low. We'll skate forward with it. Ronek back for Team Czechia. Ronek fires it forward. Stretch pass now. Kmilash, first one on it for Team Czechia, but loses his edge. Radivojevic will move up to Mejar. Here comes Slovaks now working in. Knock puck poked off. Turnover in their own Czech end, but able to get back on it as Ronek. Ronek will skate it up now. Passes forward. Kmilash. Kmilash now works in. Takes it. Cycles it back up to the point. Moves it over. Shot from long distance. Kick save there by Hlavai. Take it and move it forward. We'll kick it back up to neutral ice. Tihashek fires it down. Radivojevic back for Team Slovakia. Tip forward. That'll just go out the outstretched stick there for the length for icing. 3:16 left to go in the second period. Czechia leading 2-1 over Team Slovakia. Pospisil had a great opportunity there to find it on the board. Unfortunately, misses just wide. And another stick goes as a casualty for Pospisil. It's been a tough game for, looks like his face too, but also for his stick, as he's already broken 2 of them. One was in the penalty box after taking the penalty, and now after missing the net just wide, he breaks another one. It's his face also fairly bloodied from the, I think it was a high stick earlier in the game. Galvis for the Czechs. Oh, and a nice pass there to get from Galvis. Works it over. Shot. Fleck with the opportunity there. Unable to get it through Radivojevic's shin pads. Tomaszek with it. Spin shot. Looking for Kubalik and Fleck out front of the net. As the Slovaks will work back in. Taking it. Cycle it around. Tries to pass it back. It's broken up, and the Slovaks work it back into their own end. So take it now. Working it forward. Oh, and a nice play there. Shot. Rebounds loose. Where's the puck? Shot. Scores! Slovakia ties the game at 2. Martin Kromiak for Team Slovakia ties it 2-2. And we got ourselves a game once again. Czechia 2, Slovakia 2. Scramble out front. No one knew where the puck is. And Kromiak puts it top shelf. A great play there by Kromiak. Multiple attempts and no one could find it through. Kromiak deposits it top shelf. And now it's tied 2-2. Sturbach cross ice now. 2 minutes exactly to play left in this second period. Kempney with it. Takes the puck. Always fun to watch a close game. It is always fun to watch a close game, and then we have our friends on the other side with, where's this side? Yeah. 7-0. Ugly. And here comes back up the Slovaks. Tries to throw it across, can't. But also fun to witness your team in a blowout. See, I don't mind when my team wins in a blowout. I don't enjoy it when my team loses in a blowout. What have I missed? A lot. It has been a tremendous game from the Slovak and Czech team, back and forth throughout, play out to the middle, unable to get it through. Yeah, it's been a tremendous game so far. Unfortunately, for the Czech team, just can't quite find their opportunity yet. Or they've been leading twice in this game and keep allowing this team and the Slovaks back into it. Slovaks now work it down deep. 40 seconds left to go in the period. One last opportunity here. Moves it over. Passes down low. Where's basically the face-off dot shot kicked away by Koshinash. Flipped out there. And Kaut loses the puck. Slovakia now works back in. Oh, and a nice move there. Kromiak again. Oh, a rebound chance. Unable to find it, though. And a stretch pass now up to Cervenka. Cervenka with Kaut. Kaut with it. Trying to wait on reinforcements. Kaut with a nice move there. Dipsy Doodles keeps the puck for a little bit longer. Up to Cervenka. And that'll do it for the second period of action. After 2 periods of play, Czechia 2, Slovakia 2. What a tremendous game it's been so far. Also the quickest hat trick in World Cup history, is it? It might be. It wouldn't surprise me. Clean hat trick in 4 minutes and some change. Yeah, it has been a tremendous game so far. Kozhinash is really struggling right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go with Pavlat for this third period. He caught a puck up high on one of those saves, and he hasn't really been able to kind of find his way back in some time. It's been a tough look for him so far. But it is now the second intermission, so be sure to get your comments and questions in. We will be back right after this very short break where we'll answer all of your questions as well. We'll take a look ahead to the third period in both games. See you in a second. And we are back for what is about to be third period action for both Switzerland and Hungary. We're going to see if they can achieve the 10-goal performance, or as our fellow Swiss friends like to call it, the Stanjali. We'll see whether or not that's going to end up happening in this game. A reminder, we don't have graphics prepared, and to be honest, I don't really want to prepare them until we need them. So you might get to see a little bit of graphic work in action here today. But it will be interesting, right? You look at these two teams, or look at these four games, two games here, as well as the opening two. You knew that to start this day was going to be really good. And a reminder, we do still have Germany and Austria coming up in just a little bit, as well as Sweden and Norway. We'll probably go live for those games as well. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling after this one, especially if this one goes to overtime, which early signs indicate that it very well might, but we will see. What do we have here? Okay. Do I think the Swiss will complete the Stanjali this game, 10 goals? Yeah, I do. And I'm looking forward to seeing it because I feel like it's going to be in like the most important part of the Slovak-Czech game as well. But I don't know. Like, I feel like part of it too is like, has there been a 10-goal performance at this tournament yet? I'm not sure there has been, actually. Has there been? Yeah, I don't think there has been yet to this point now that I think about it. So this could be that first kind of big one. I think we had a 9. I don't think we've had a 10. We had a 9 just the other day because Austria and Switzerland. But yeah, no, we haven't had a 10-goal performance yet at this tournament. So this one might be your first kind of big 10-goal performance of this entire tournament. We'll see whether or not it will be the case. But if you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and every subscriber does help. So big thank you to everyone for smashing the subscribe button, joining our membership program, as well as hitting the like button and filling out our comment. We play Czech, I don't remember. Guess the country who have gold hat trick is the only one country in modern era of ice hockey as far as the U18s, World Juniors, and World Championships, I assume is what you're asking. Well, I'm not sure that's what you're asking. Hoping for a Slovak victory so Sweden can play second in Group B and avoid Swiss Finland in the quarterfinals. Very fair. I think you look at it, it's going to be very difficult for any third seed in Group B to end up finding their way through at this tournament, because realistically, you're going to have to basically go through to get to that point. You have to go through either Switzerland or Finland. Then you'll have to go through basically either Switzerland or Finland or Canada. And then your third team is likely going to be, I don't even know who it might be for the bronze. If you make a win, you'll probably have to play one of those three teams again. So realistically, not exactly the path you want to go for a gold medal at this tournament. Have to go through three extremely difficult teams. But if you can come in that second spot, it makes it a little bit easier, because all of a sudden you only have to win one of those key games. So definitely interesting. Not a question, but some lore on the term. Stanjali, for 10 goals scored in Swiss sports culture, there's 10 knobs on a metal rod on a table football game to keep score. And when you fill that 10 score bar to the max, you completed the bar, which in Swiss German is called, you guessed it, Stanjali. Very cool. I assume that's like foosball, like the little table soccer game. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we call that game foosball here, but it's a fun game to play. Interesting though that they have their own special terms for it when you actually, I guess, win it. But it has been a tremendous game so far from the Swiss side. They have been absolutely blowing out their competition today in Hungary. We'll see whether or not they will continue that success as this game does go along. And they are taking the ice now. We'll see whether or not they will be able to pull off be able to hit the 10-goal mark for today's game. 3 away. They'll need probably a quick one if they're going to be able to do it, because as this game does go along, they will slowly but surely go less and less hard. Just kind of the inevitability of it, but we will see. Part of the beauty of it is you really do never know at these tournaments nowadays. But should be an interesting one to see. I'm very excited to see whether or not this team can pull off that one last major, not to say upset, but major score line of this tournament. We haven't had one yet. And so it's always interesting to see, especially as we look early on in tournaments, whether or not you can get that. So I'm excited for it at least. We'll see kind of what ends up happening here. So far, the Slovakia-Czechia game is my favorite because it's very close, and the emotions between these two countries make it so entertaining, for sure. And I'm looking forward to seeing if they eventually play each other in a potential matchup down the line, and potentially a quarterfinal, or a semifinal rather, or potentially a gold medal. If the Czechs go hot at this tournament, we could see them in the semis if Slovakia also plays well. And if the Czechs end up beating Canada all of a sudden, there is absolutely a chance for that. Love me a good derby game with passion and fire for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. As we are just about back underway for third period action between Switzerland and Hungary, this game will probably be in the background for most of this third period, or most of this third period upcoming between Czechia and Slovakia. However, given that we have a few minutes here, we might as well kind of keep a little bit of a closer eye to see if they can get to that 10-goal mark. I know we have quite a few Swiss fans in our chat today, and so we'll see whether or not they can get to that 10-goal mark. As Hungary now will work back up ice. Minute left to go on the 4-on-4. Then I believe it'll be 12 seconds of power play time going back the other way for Hungary. So not enough time to really do much, but still, you never know. Moves it forward. Nice move there. Shot turned away by Giannoni. Throws on the brakes. Hungary working down deep. Some offensive zone here for Hungary as they spin the corner. Drop it back off. Shot. Kicked away. And back up come Team Switzerland. Malgin now works around with it for the jam play in front. Unable to connect though. Shot again, turned away. Some chaos out in front of the net. 3 seconds left to go on the 4v4, 4-on-4 play. And then we'll shift back into the power play. Finland, Swiss, and Canada this year look like clear top 3 teams. I would agree, and there is a pretty big gap between them and kind of that next tier of teams. Although we have seen upsets quite a bit so far at this tournament. You think about the game against Norway for Canada, where they should have lost that game, but we will see, right? And that's part of the beauty of it, is you really don't know until kind of that final whistle does end up going. He's sure with the face-off draw win. That'll do it for the 4-on-4. Hungary will go to the power play for a very short time. Just about 5 seconds left on that. $7-0 your score. Switzerland and Hungary. 18:20 left to go in the period. Shot blocked out front. Meyer now. What do we have here? What do you think about the Germany-Austria game and their implications for the U.S. if Austria wins? Realistically, I don't think the U.S. cares all that much who ends up winning, because it's still a very tough task for them. They're still going to have to go out and beat Austria, even if they lose. I don't think they're going to care too much about the winner. I think they more care about the fact that they're realistically in trouble right now, and we could very well see this U.S. team have an issue here. I feel like Latvia is well on their way to becoming a powerhouse country in the coming years. Perhaps Norway as well, even though they're not quite there yet. I think they're getting closer. I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're quite there yet. But as you say, in a couple of years, you really never know, right? Especially at these kind of tournaments where every so often you see a new team kind of continue to grow. And for a team like Latvia, who continues to pull off upsets against teams like the U.S., teams like Canada, you have seen a real good increase over these last few years. And it ultimately is going to come down to a few key games. And I wouldn't surprise me to see them be that kind of go-to team. Shot kicked away. And Switzerland is also on the power play here as they look to see if they can put in the 8th goal of this game. You know what I think we might do? We will not have a voice for our day recap video, so I do apologize for that. We'll probably have to take a pretty extended break, but we should have it up before 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Central European Time, 7 a.m. Eastern European Time for our day recap video. I'd be surprised if we don't, but if it's not, then I'm still probably resting my voice, which is fine. All part of the fun. Kukin over to Malgin looking for the backside feed. Gets broken up, and we clear the length of the ice. But we will likely do our game for Germany and Austria as well. If people would like to, if people are interested in that game, I'd say Sweden and Norway too. We might end up making, it'll be a tight game. Whichever one we end up deciding on, you'll see it, that room be created kind of right after the stream is finished up. But Yossi works over. Moves it over, tries to find the side feed there. Yossi back with the puck, walks the blue line. Over to Hischer. Hischer with it, walks in, shoots. Kicked away there. Jaeger. Over to Hischer. Hischer. Back with the puck. Just Meyer with a blast. Can't find it through though. Thank you for subscribing. Meyer with it. (5-3) Czechia over Slovakia in the end is my tip. I like it. Really never know. We have a little bit of trash talk in here. By the way, Germany is realistically pretty much eliminated from playoff contention. Not necessarily. Because they'll have to obviously kind of win out at this tournament, but it's very unlikely. I'll say that. It is very unlikely that they do, though, especially with the win today from Latvia, because that puts them in a really tough spot, because if basically you'll need Latvia to lose both their games as well, which probably isn't going to happen. But it's not impossible, but it is extremely unlikely. Shot. Nice kind of cover-up save there. 7-0 Switzerland over Hungary, Czechia, Slovakia coming up on third period action. We'll be covering that in just a moment when that eventually comes back on. Billy's with a nice kick save there. Tournament leaders in shots on goal. This is an interesting stat. Timo Meyer leads 31 shots on goal. The next closest is at 21. 10 extra shots over the shot leaders at this tournament. Goes to show just how much he's shooting, but also how much offense this Swiss team has been able to generate over the last little bit. Swiss will move it up. Puck fired down. That will go the length of the ice for icing. Definitely want you to do a stream for Austria-Germany. Okay, then we can do a stream for Austria-Germany. We do what the people ask for here on this channel. So if people want to stream for Austria-Germany, we will do a stream for Austria and Germany. We might not make it through this stream, but we will do our absolute best to be able to keep going. Be at the 14-minute mark. Switzerland has been well off their power play. And we are back underway for third period action, which we will spend most of our time on here between Slovakia and Czechia. Should be a good one here between these two teams for third period action as we head into the final moments of this game. You think about it. These two teams, the way they've been playing all game long and all tournament long, you knew this was going to be a good one. Coming into the tournament, you knew it was going to be a good one. We had overtime in our sights in our prediction video, and this game certainly has not disappointed. Slovak team now works in. Lichka over to Hrivik. Okuliar with it now. Back to Lichka. Slides it over to the point. Shot. Kicked away by Kozhinash, who I assume is still in net. Does appear so. 19 minutes left to go. Puck played up. 18:45 left to go in the third period between Slovakia and Czechia. Both teams looking for a big win and the chance to avoid having to go through two of the toughest teams at this tournament in Switzerland and Finland. Almost a death sentence at this point, especially in the quarterfinals. You make it onto the semifinals, you guarantee yourself a chance to play for a medal. For Switzerland and Slovakia, looking for that chance. Puck tied up down low. Blue Mel with it. Back up to the point. Fake shot. Slides it back over. Sends it down low. Sinilik. Puck will come out. First on it is the Czechs. Puck gets fired down deep, but immediately taken back up by Slovakia, and they'll look up ice. Shot from long distance, another shot up into the kind of upper area for Kozhinash, but able to hold on there for the save. Remember back to earlier in that second period where Kozhinash took a shot up high, looked stunned, and was clearly shaken up after the fact. A bit of a tough one for him there to be continuing to kind of keep that glove, that mask down, and make that save with his head. Yeah, the goalie doing crazy things. He really has been. Really has been. Face-off draw here. Chernok with the face-off win for Czechia as the puck will be flipped up into neutral ice. Radivojevic back for Slovakia. Puck then will be cleared out. Kozinash with it now. Slides it over. Looking up ice is the Czechs, but broken up in the neutral zone by Slovakia. Puck cleared down deep into the Slovak end, and they'll start trying to work out with it. Broken up. Cervenka, shot! Oh, and misses wide of the net. Shot again, chance, turned away. Cervenka still with it. Cervenka sends it down low to Sedlak. Sedlak with it. Moves it over. Over to Cervenka. Cervenka back up to the point. Hronek, shot, looking for the tip in front. Covered up by Hlavai. Hlavai upset about something there. Sedlak, I guess, probably whacked him on the backside of the pads. Didn't see anything there, but Hlavai's pleading for a call with the official. Not very upset about something. And with every call is so important at this stage in the game, you have to be careful. Shot, scores, no goal, immediately waved off over in Switzerland and Hungary, as they're going to call a crease violation rule, I think, or maybe it's just goaltender interference. Hronek with it. Fires it around. They will call goalie interference on that play. Fleck plays it back to Hronek. Hronek with it. Passes it up to Pospisil. That could have been very well ruled offside. Hronek slides it back out. Now Galvis with it. Galvis passes it back to Hronek. Hronek rims it round, but kept it at the line. Slovaks now with some momentum. A tired Czech group. Walks the line, and tries to drop it off, but Fleck's skate ends up knocking that play out of order. Mejar works it back to Pospisil. Pospisil jumps it down deep. Tries the backdoor feed. Looking for Lichka there on the backside. Cannot connect. Puck comes down low. Rivik with it. Rivik jams it back along the boards. Canoeing on their cycle game, Okuliar. Lichka in pursuit. And that puck will be kept in at the line by Koch. Koch works it down low, looking for the backdoor feed at Lichka and cannot connect. Prime opportunity there. Passes it back. Shot from long distance, turned away by Kozinash, and will play it out of over the glass and up. Some great opportunities there for the Slovak team. And unfortunately, just couldn't quite capitalize. And Lichka with a prime opportunity too. Just could not get the full part of that puck. Lichka with 2 goals and 3 assists for 5 points so far at this tournament. Looking to try and add another goal there on that attempt. Puck tied up, down low. 15 minutes left to go between Czechia and Slovakia as we head very likely towards another overtime period. Kempny with it. Try and rim it around. Works it forward. Tries to throw it out front. Here comes the Czech player and tries to go for the backdoor feed. Could not find it. Shot from long distance. Another one surprises Hlavai as Kaut, trying to make a dash for Hlavai, doesn't get allowed to do so. Malgin with it. Malgin back up to the point. Shot from long distance, covered up there by the Hungarian goaltender. 10:01 left to go in this third period. As Halavai with the mask save, see if he gets rattled from that. Looks like an OT game. It certainly feels that way. It's got that kind of feeling. 14:20 left to go. Shots on goal currently 23-16 in favor of Team Slovakia. Puck will be played around. Poshpersil. Oh, a nice play there for the Czechs to break up out ice. Kaut with them. Sedlak moves over. Cervenka looking for Kaut on the backside, but cannot find it through. Prime opportunity there for Cervenka to find it on a Kaut's stick, which would have made it a 3-2 hockey game, but unfortunately they could not connect. As Team Slovakia will take a break here and allow their players to change behind their own net. Tomaszek plays it back. Fleck. Galvis with it behind the Czech net. Over to Hronek. Hronek with it. Stretch pass there. Fleck will be first on that for Czechia. Down in the corner, but gets knocked off the puck by Kmek. Hronek keeps it at the line. Shot looks for the deflection from Tomaszek, but unable to find it through. Puck comes up. Slovakia now in the offensive end. With the puck. Carries it. Tries to move it forward, but can't. And then taken down. Will that be a penalty? No call coming. Tomaszek back up to the point. Blocked out front. Shot. Turned away. 12:30 left to go in this third period. Shot from long distance. Covered up by Kozinash. Long distance shot hits the post, but turned away. And the puck will be moved down. Yossi plays it forward. Moves it over. Oh, and a nice play there by Niederreiter. Niederreiter holds with the puck. We're on commercial break here between Slovakia and Czechia, or the power break as they like to call it. Kukan works in with it, slides it down low, holds with it now. And the Hungarians will try and work it in, but broken up there by Bershi. 7:55 left to go in this period for Switzerland and Hungary. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit subscribe. We'll be coming out with another stream, I guess, now a little bit later on today. We'll be taking a look at Norway and Sweden, as well as Austria and Germany, what should be a very good game. We'll see who walks out on top in that one. And then as well, with whatever voice we have left, will be our day recap video coming out a little bit later on tonight. So stay tuned for that. We have a lot of content coming out today, a lot of content coming out tomorrow as well. And then, of course, we're doing our day recap videos throughout the week as we start to prepare for playoff time, which will kick up on Thursday. Saturday will be the semifinals. We'll be live for both games here on YouTube. And then as well for the gold and bronze medal games on Gold Medal Sunday here at the World Championships for what will be our last live stream our last game stream, I guess is probably the better way of saying that, for the international season. And so up until the Women's World, which will be in November. So quite a ways away from that. But once again, do appreciate everyone for tuning in to these live streams for the day recap videos. Shot as the Czechs had an opportunity there. I think a 7-0 is decent amount of authority shown, working long hours. But I do appreciate everyone for tuning in for all these live streams. been an absolute pleasure to make content for this tournament, as well as all the other ones that we have throughout this international year. 7:25 left to go. Still 7-0 Switzerland over Hungary. 11:30 left to go in the third between Czechia and Slovakia. Score still tied at 2 goals apiece. Puck tied up down low in the Czech end. Still held there. It's been a pretty good puck battle there. Milovsky now for the Czechs will flip it back out to neutral ice. This will go the length of the ice for icing. 11:02 left to go as that's goal number 8 in Switzerland and Hungary. Dennis Malgin with the 8th goal of this game. Wow. Slovakia looking good this year. I think they might take gold. I would say likely not, but honestly, you never know what these tournaments, they're so funky. There is absolutely the potential for it. Very unlikely they do, but you really never know. Shot from long distance. Koch with the chance. Oh, and a great block shot there by Milovsky. Oh my goodness, that was a terrible goal. I did not realize how poor that goal was. Basically just rolled into the net. Yeah, that one was weird, yeah. Very strange indeed. Switzerland 8, Hungary 0, 6:49 left to go in the period. Or we'll see whether or not Switzerland is going to be able to hang on in this game. Kaut fires it up. Gets blocked out top. The moment becoming ever so much more increasingly important for both these teams, for Slovakia and Czechia. Trips up there, Kaut with it. We'll move it up there to Chervenka. Nice move there by Chervenka to shake off the Slovak defender. Sedlak now will try and move it in. It'll tip up and out of play. And it'll be ruled, and we go to just outside the Czech or the Slovak end. Sedlak gets punched in the face, starts laughing, as one does. In Slovakian team, there's all new players, young ones as well, playing better than the old Slovakian team. If they play aggressive and technical, they will bring it home. There's definitely the potential for it, right? And we kind of talked a little bit about that in their own specific team preview video, is that they could definitely take home a medal at this tournament, but it was going to be a tough road for them to do so, especially with the group they had, because even with a perfect tournament, they still might not be able to beat Sweden. They still might not have been able to beat Canada, right? They still might have been able to beat this Czech team. And unfortunately for them, you need to kind of beat 2 of those 3 teams if you want to avoid having to go through Finland and then Switzerland and then kind of your pick your poison of Canada, right? It's just a tough tournament for them to do very well in because of just how difficult their group is overall. Now we have the Schneemann for Switzerland. I assume that means snowman in German or Swiss or whatever. Schneemann. Hronek now will start to skate it out. Icing the call, 9:38 between Slovakia and Czechia. Both teams trying to hold on. Only if Slavkovsky was playing, it would be been easier for sure. And that was one of the things we were interested in watching along for with those NHL playoffs, was that it was getting a lot closer, right? And if Buffalo would have won that playoff series, the Czechs would have got a goaltender with Dobesh. Slavkovsky probably would have went to this tournament for the Slovaks. Caulfield probably would have went for the Americans. And for Canada, I mean, they probably got Suzuki as well. So it would have been a great kind of team to get knocked out with all the international talent, but unfortunately just not quite the case. Scramble draw shot over in Switzerland and Hungary. That was a bit of a weird play. As the Czechs will ice it all the way back down the ice, 9:13 left to go in this third period. Heischer now works in, tries to go a jam play with Meyer, can't quite find it through. Your shots on goal to this point in the game for Switzerland and Hungary, 45-8, in what has been best described as a blowout game, currently 8-0 on the score sheet. As the Swiss fans are jumping for joy with their team performing as well as they have. Flips outward. Blumel nearly gets knocked over there, but stays on his skates. Blumel with it now. Blumel throws on the brakes. Cycles it over. Shot. Great block shot there by the Slovak team. Once again, the Czechs playing down deep. 8:35 left to go in this one. We will see whether or not they can hold on for whichever team can score first in this one. Starting to feel like the next goal scorer will end up being the one that decides it. Kanak scores for the Swiss. We got ourselves a 9-0 game. Can they break through and get their 10th, or will it be their second straight game where they're only scoring? Well, I guess they had that break game, but their second game at this tournament where they scored 9 goals and not the 10th. Shot, tipped, scores! Roman Chervenka scores for Czechia, tipping it home to make it 3-2 with 7:58 left to go in the third period. The Czechs are taking the lead for the third time in this game, and who else but their captain to do so? Czechia 3, Slovakia 2. And there's going to be some conversation here about whether there was goaltender interference. Offside goal. I believe that they're challenging for the other part of that play with goaltender interference maybe. Chervenka was fine coming in at the line. That wasn't an issue. Oh, he's saying, kicking motion maybe? But it has to be a distinct kicking motion, right? After review, or after talking it over, I guess, the play's under review. So we'll go to a review here between Czechia and Slovakia. Chervenka scores for the Czechs. It could have been a kicking motion, which I think is what they're challenging for. And we will see what the result is here. It was a close play, one that was definitely close to tell. Whether or not it was a distinct kicking motion, we'll see. Obviously, the IIHF, you never really know. But Chervenka, from long distance, he definitely deflected with it into the net. The question is did he kick it into the net? Yeah, I'm not sure this would be considered a challenge. I believe it'll be a play under review by Situation Room for the IIHF. So I don't believe there should be a penalty associated with this. However, they are talking it over. Hlavai immediately gets up and calls for the kicking motion. Kaut from long distance. Kind of just fires it towards the net, and Chervenka. There's definitely motion with the foot, but I don't know if I'd call it kicking. And it reminds you a lot of that one goal. I'm trying to remember what year it was. I think it was Canada-Russia World Juniors 2020, maybe, in that gold medal game where Barrett Hayden had that really weird shot that deflected really high up. Was that 20? I think it was 2020. I think that was gold medal Canada-Russia. I'm pretty sure that's what the game I'm thinking of is. And kind of a really high tip up top that unfortunately that ended up counting, but it was just kind of a weird play because it was definitely a kick in, but it wasn't ruled a kicking motion. So kind of interesting. See what the call is here. Here comes the call. After review of the play, we have a good goal. Czechia takes the lead 3-2. We ruled not a kicking motion there. He sure works in for the Swiss. Looking for jam play there. 2 minutes left to go in Switzerland and Hungary. Will they get that big goal, that 10th goal, if you will, in this one? Who knows? But it will count. Roman Chervenka, the captain for Czechia, puts them up 3-2, giving them their third lead of this game. We will see whether they can hold on to it a little longer than what we've seen with their last two leads. Niederreiter works in, looking for 10. Can't find it through. 1:25 left to go in the third period. And Slovak fans are absolutely distraught. Rona with it. Takes the puck. One minute left to go in Switzerland and Hungary. Over in Czechia, Slovakia, 7:35 left to go in this third period. Czechia in the lead, 3-2. 35 on the clock, as that puck will go the length of the ice there. They're re-showing that goal again, and it's just such a weird play because it's not an official kicking motion, but same time, it's definitely a goal you're looking at as it's a bit of a weird one. However, the Czechs do find themselves up. 3-2 the score as the Swiss come back in one last time. And I'll break it up, and that'll do it. Switzerland does take this game by a score of 9-0. Turn final. They will not get their 10th goal. They will not get their Stanjali in today's games, but two big wins over Austria and Hungary now, both 9-0 victories for the final standings. Which will help them a lot in goal differential if they ever need it. Lavai out to play it. 7 minutes now left to go. Shot. Koji Nash nearly had an issue there with it, but able to come back to his post and cover up. And some extracurriculars now after the whistle. These two teams, not exactly the biggest fan of each other when they play with each other right now. Also poor Hungarian goalie, 2 absolutely terrible goals. Yeah, but oh well. Watch how Pospisil loses his nerves and we get a power play. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It's official, no Stanjali. Well, it was a good run for them at least. They showed well. They showed well in this game, so they'll be happy with it, even if they didn't get their Big 10 goals in this one. Switzerland have shown their ruthless. Let's see if Slovakia can make an OT happen. Absolutely. And in our prediction, I think we actually had 4-3 in overtime for the Czechs to take it home. Did you see Denmark 4-0 Slovenia? I did, because in the arena. Oh, that's really cool. How was the atmosphere in that game, out of curiosity? It was quite the game for Denmark in that one. They showed well, and I thought they played a pretty good game overall. Especially going into a game against Slovenia, against a team who has been so kind of hot-cold throughout this entire tournament. I thought the Danes, especially not having a whole lot of wins to this point, losing all of their games, it was good to see them get into the point column in this tournament. So I thought they did play pretty well. Pospisil in the face-off dot against Sedlak. Kaut works in. Sedlak shot. Hlavai turns it away. To Chervenka. Shot! Oh, and it hits off the mask of Hlavai. A prime opportunity there for the Czechs. Turns it in. 45-10, your final shots for Switzerland over Hungary today, as the Swiss will sing their national anthem on home ice. Big win for them. 6 minutes now to go. Plays it forward. Koch passes it over. Tries to slide it in. Doesn't end up getting through. 5:55 left to go in this third period. Czechia still leading by a goal. If you are new here, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so please do smash that subscribe button if you have not already. Switzerland walks home happy today with a 9-0 win over Team Hungary. As well, we saw today the Czechs currently in the lead over Slovakia. Just under 6 minutes to play here in this third period. Earlier today, we saw Latvia upset Team USA, and then the other one with Denmark beating Slovenia. Kempny now with it. Tries to wheel it around. Ronak will chip it down deep. Passes off there to Rivik. Puck will come up out of play. 5:26 now left to go, as we'll head to the power break. Slovakia in need of a goal. Try and tie this one. Chervenka getting worked on over on the bench. Oh, the final few minutes left of this game. We'll see whether or not this Czech team can hold on for their third lead of this game. They've let every lead they've had so far go. We'll see if they can hold on here. Should be definitely a fun final few minutes here in this game. A reminder, in our prediction, we did end up taking the Czechs to win 4-3 in overtime. As of right now, that prediction still survives, and we'll see whether or not that will be the case. Let us know your score predictions as of this point, as well as vote in our poll who you think is going to end up taking it. As we do take a quick check in on that poll, we will see, let's see here, the Czechs leading 60% to 40% with 231 votes registered. Probably one of the tightest polls we've had to this point. Even the Latvian one earlier today was more in favor of Latvia than just how tight these two teams are. It has been a tremendous performance today from the Czechs, and we will see whether or not they can continue that as we move ahead throughout this game. This one might be going a little bit of extra time as well. We'll see if it is going to be the case here, but should be a great game nonetheless. It's already been a great game so far to this point, and we'll see if it's going to get even better as this one continues. 5:22 left to go in the period. Shot from long distance, turned to misses the net wide. Kamek with the puck. Slides it over. Down low. Ronak. Kempny with it for Team Czechia. 5 minutes left to go in this third period. The puck will be shot up, and that'll be deflected out of play. Thought that might have been a delay game call against Czechia. That would have been a tough call to take, especially at this point in the game where you are looking so strong. You do really want that. You really want that chance. Sedlak lines up in the face-off dot for Team Czechia. Sederle for the Slovak team. Face-off draw. Scramble won by the Czechs. Ronak takes it behind his own net. 4:50 left to go in the third period. The clock slowly but surely ticking down on this Slovak team. Kempny throws on the brakes. Over to Kaut. Kaut walks in over to Sedlak. Sedlak with it now. Try and flip it over to Kaut. Can't quite find it through. A reminder that Chervenka, also on that line, was the goal scorer that made it 3-2 in this game. looking to see if he can add a fourth. Puck collected by the Slovak team. 4:20 left to go now. Clock continuing to tick away. We start to look, see if Hlavy will leave the bench. Moved out. Czechs, or Slovaks rather, struggling to get much offensive zone possession time. Pospisil gets the puck knocked off again, but Christian Pospisil now will take the puck, slides it back up to the point, moves it over. This puck will be played around. 3:45 left to go in the third period. As some extracurriculars, I believe, after the whistle. So everyone's looking back on the play, trying to figure out what's going on. Your final shots on goal, Switzerland-Hungary 48-10. A blowout game for Switzerland, taking home the 9-0 victory. Roman Josi scores the first 3 goals of the game. Meyer, Malgin, Turkov, Andrighetto in the second period. And then Malgin again and Kanak in the third. Fortunately, didn't quite get to their 10-goal mark, but Stanjeli can live for another day for Team Switzerland. Tomaszek over to Hrivik. Here we go. Face-off won by the Czechs again. Tomaszek with a big face-off win. Should be a hand pass. Thank you for subscribing. And the puck starts to move up. The Czechs collect it back in their own end. Works it across. Shot! Kozinash with a huge save, signaling to try and get the whistle blown. A play that kind of arrived out of nowhere, sent all the way across the ice, and the Slovaks had a prime opportunity there. 3 minutes left to go in this third period. Now the question becomes, when are the Slovaks pulling their goaltender here? Puck will be moved back in. 2:52 left to go. Here comes the Slovaks once again. Sends it around. Sedele. Picked up by the Czechs. And the Czechs were all the way down the ice. 2:35 left to go in this third period as Hlavy looks to the bench to see if he should be coming off for the extra attacker here. You probably wait till you get possession if you win the face-off draw, or you just pull him right now. 2.5 minutes is about the right time. Maybe you call a timeout as well, but with the icing as well, you get the right players you want out there. We'll see whether or not they end up doing that. Here we go. Timeout called by Team Slovakia. We will see what they end up doing. Big opportunity here for this team. I love that you have adopted the terminology. Well, I figure I might as well. Might as well call it the right thing. Just go. Here we go. Czechia win. We'll see. We'll see if they can hold on just long enough in this game. Czechia will win, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Big opportunity here, though, for the Slovak team to try and find their way through in this game. Pospisil, this top unit out. Have they pulled their goaltender is the question. They have pulled their goaltender. Goaltender is out for the Slovaks. Here we go. Radovojevich sends it down low. Passes it across. Goes to the jam play out front. Where's the rebound? Chance. Oh, and it's tied up beside the net. Puck's still scrambling out front. Chromiak had a prime opportunity there, but could not find it home. Again now. Kuliar sets it back up after Radovojevich at the point. Shot again. Great save there by Kozinash, and a lot of traffic out front as more melees continue. Wow. A prime opportunity there for Slovakia. A very similar chance to what we saw for that second goal of the game, where Chromiak, just sitting there on the backside, wasn't able to find the rebound. No one could find the rebound. And Chromiak, and a great tie up there by Kaut to prevent him from coming back in. Wow. That could have been it. That really could have been it. Chromiak, a player who's been so heavily relied upon for the Slovak team. We'll see whether or not he can find his way in. Pospisil lines up in the face-off dot for Team Slovakia. Tomaszek in for Team Czechia. Tie-up draw. Slovakia ends up picking up the puck. Okuliar moves it back to Radivojevic. Fleck with it. Goes for the empty net. Misses just wide of the net. So close as we go under 2 minutes here to play. Every chance so much more important than the last. Pospisil in the face-off dot again. Tomaszek with the face-off win that time. Doesn't know where it is. And the Czechs now break back up ice. Here's the chance for Fleck. Gets carried over, but good defense there by Radivojevic to prevent that chance from going in. They'll be tipped. The Slovaks will shoot the long dump in there. They'll wheel it around. Kept in at the line, but blockered out. Kubalik now shoots. And he misses the net. 1:30 left to go. Prime opportunity for the Czechs to ice it, and they missed the empty net off the side. Oh my goodness. Disaster strikes for Czechia. It's the Slovaks now with a big opportunity. Try and tie this game and force overtime. And the puck will be rimmed all the way around. Comes out to neutral ice. 1 minute remaining in this third period. Slovakia still has their goaltender pulled. Dumps it in. Plays it forward. I'll try and get it with Lichka. Throws it out. Kept in though. And the puck comes out. Tough break there. 40 seconds on the clock. Lichka will dump it down deep and try and go and get it. Hronek back to play it. Move it forward. Passes it over. 30 seconds left to go. Looking for a jam play. Where's the puck? Deflects up and out of play. Will stay in the Czech end with just 25, 26 seconds left to go in this one. Wow. Radivojevic with a great defensive performance there to keep the puck off from Fleck. Then you had the hook, which made Kubalik miss wide of the net. And 2 prime opportunities gone for naught. And all of a sudden, you feel like the momentum in this game may have shifted a little bit. Here we go. Probably one of the most important face-offs of this game. Chernok in for Team Czechia. That's Pospisil in for the Czechs, or for the Slovaks. Face-off won by Slovakia. Radivojevic. Shot! And kicked away there by Kozinash. Good stop there. Christian Pospisil now. Works down low. 15 seconds left to go. Scramble play. And the puck will come out all the way down. Radivojevic with a quick play. 3 seconds left on the clock. Shot from long distance, and that's going to do it. The Czechs hold on to beat Slovakia by a score of 3-2, your final. A great performance from them today to hold on to the lead. They had 2 leads in this game. They blew them both, but the third one was the trick. They end up taking this game 3-2, your final. What a tremendous game today from both sides. Unfortunately for the Slovak team, falls just a little bit short. And they're still barking at each other. safe to say these two teams don't like each other all that much. And Czechia holds on to beat Slovakia today, 3-2, your final. A tremendous game here as it sets up a big win now and a big game coming up for the Czechs coming up against Canada, where they will see if they can potentially pull off a rather large upset there. Canada, if the Czechs can go in and beat Canada, reminder that they will lock up likely at least that top spot in the group. And from there, all of a sudden, you get into that kind of extra question mark. But what else do we have here? By the way, if you have a Latvian passport, you can watch all IIHF Worlds for free. Interesting. 2 lucky deflected goals, 1 kicked in, refs on Czech side. Are we back on this refs thing? Feels like it's every one of these. I didn't think that the refs was that bad today, were they? I thought the Slovaks had more penalties, or poor power plays. Who is the most likely to finish second in Group B? In Group B, it'll probably be either the Czechs or Canada at this point. The Swedes could potentially sneak their way back in, but I highly doubt that'll happen, especially considering that the Czechs have already beaten Canada, or have already beaten Sweden, so the tiebreaker isn't on their side, and so very doubtful we see that. They can't even hit the empty net. All their goals were so lucky, and the refs did actually see the 2 obvious high sticks that were even on the video replay. How much puck luck can one have in one game? Who is Czech and who is Slovak here? 2 Czech, Slovak. How much puck luck? Deserved win. And that's what it kind of comes down to, right? As much as you always want to kind of blame the officiating, it wasn't that badly an officiated game, I don't think. They let most of it go. I mean, Kaut scored on the power play. Outside of that 1 goal, I think that was the only power play goal of this game. Sure, there were a few that were missed, but I mean, I guess the Slovaks actually had a lot more penalties than the Czechs did. Did not realize that. Maybe it was the officials' fault. Yeah, you tell them. And Group A is a hot mess. Both groups are a complete hot mess because you have Slovenia and Norway causing so many problems. A reminder, we will be live for our third set of games for today in about an hour and 10 minutes time. I will be posting that live stream room in just a few minutes time. A big thank you to everyone for tuning in to today's live stream. It's been a great day of action so far. The Czechs hold on to beat Slovakia, starting to create some chaos over on the Group B side. We're getting a little more clarity as well. Over on the Group A side, we saw a blowout game, as was expected. 9-0 the final for Switzerland over Team Hungary, and we will see what ends up going on there. I'm looking forward to the stream from the Czech and Canada match. Well, I'm pretty sure that's a weekday game, so I'm not sure we'll be live for that one. But the day recap video, you will get to hear our thoughts on it. A reminder, the day recap video will be coming out later tonight, where we'll recap the day that was, and for our European viewers, it'll likely be out kind of early morning for you. So be sure to go check that out when it is posted. We have posted our day 8 recap video, which came out tonight or earlier this morning. And so if you have not already, go to check that out. You can see us talk about these games and just how close they would be and how much of a blowout they'd be in the other. It has been a tremendous day of action today. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the day brings. We will be live once again for Austria, Germany, Sweden, and Norway, as we have the potential for a huge upset on both sides of the group. It will be absolute cinema, as Spicy Hay says. Made it this far in the live stream, thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please do drop a like. If you really liked it, consider subscribing. Tell all your friends that Czechia might end up taking Group B. If you made it this far, thank you, and until next time, see ya.